So when you sketch, you just take your pencil, and some areas you will have deep lines, strong lines, and then you continue that with soft. So you see this line from here to here is not the same intensity. It's strong on one side and soft the other. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you don't press hard all the way. You press hard in certain areas, and then other areas you leave it really soft. This is pressing hard, soft, hard again, again, hard, soft. So when you sketch, your lines are flowy. They're they have that beautiful connection between the beginning of the line and the end of the line. This is hard here because there's like a dip, and then soft. Again. This is harder here. And then soft. So again, with this one here, so this is with pencil, like harder. Press hard in certain areas and then lift your pen. Don't press everywhere hard.
Is that a watercolor pencil you got?
No, just a regular. Yep. And you'll see more if I do this. With you'll see it more with a brush as well. You'll see what I mean. So I'm going to leave this the way it is, kind of with the pencil. And I'm going to take my brush now, switch to a brush to show you it's the same thing with a brush. Black, round brush, water down my color. Wipe my brush a bit, and I'm going to do the same thing here. You see how I start with a strong line, like with a strong pressure. I press hard on my, but then I lift the pressure. It's not hard everywhere. The line looks like it's light and dark. And you can see here, look at this. See that strong line in there, like this strong black in there, and see how soft the line is, and then it becomes stronger again. So this is what the artist did. You take your brush, your pencil, you press hard first, and then you lift, pressure. Press hard, lift. Press hard, lift. You know, like lift, not lift completely, but not as hard. So it's not like one strong line going all the way from top to bottom. Point, press hard, and then take your, you know, soft line.
Less pressure.
Yes, less pressure, less pressure. And you can see it here too. You can see it here too. You can see the like the start point. You can see that the artist started here, and then less pressure again. So started here, soft. Now we can do this now. I mean, do the shading and light and dark and all of these wonderful lines, or we could just paint first and then shade after. Doesn't matter.
Interesting, Christine.
Hmm?
Christine, is it interesting?
Well, Christine does this anyway already.
That's what I'm asking. That's why I'm asking. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what she does. She's a pro, actually. She can show us.
No, not like this.
Yes, of course. Like, are you kidding me? Of course, like this. I watched you on YouTube. Oh, I think it's raining.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, yes.
It is raining, yeah. Here, anyway.
Are you painting with me?
Oh,
No.
No? Watching?
I'm watching.
We're mesmerized.
Yeah.
So, Lael, when I trace this on it's quite dark, and I can't erase it, which I tried.
Okay, don't worry. Don't do anything right now. Just leave it, because we're going to do this again. Once we put the color on, we're going to shade in that same technique. It doesn't matter right now. But once we start coloring, we're going to shade.
Yeah, and I think if I did it in black outline, it would, like you're doing, it probably would hide it. Yeah.
It would what? Sorry?
Hide the lines. If I paint the black like you're doing, it probably would hide it.
I don't think you need to do anything right now. Just once we paint the actual colors, you know, the gray in here, you know, the actual, then you can go over that, and we'll do the same technique, shading this using the same technique.
Go get my pencil color.
I mean, with the pen, with the brush, you don't have the same freedom.
yes.
You know, like with the pencil. Pencil has more you have more freedom in you know, pressure and light and dark and all of these. But with the brush, it's different.
Oh, I wondered what that was at the bottom of the bed. Those are books.
Yes.
Okay.
Almost done?
Almost.
Same here, maybe a same idea. Chandeliers, but very loose kind of sketching. And whatever this is here.
The nightstand.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So now what I can do is put the first colors. I'm going to put the white that we see in here all around. And then again, we go over again, and then we sketch over that. So for that off-white color, a titanium buff would be a good titanium buff, or unbleached titanium is a good, because that's what the, make this yellow. That's what the artist did.
For the background.
Mm-hmm. I think we could do the same. I'm not sure, but I hope. Same idea. This might be a bit too much, too big. Again, it's like a watercolor kind of idea, technique, not
Too heavy.
Yeah, not too heavy. This is darker than titanium buff. This is that has a bit of burnt umber in it. Original one. Yep. Yeah, that's more like it. So the whole idea of this exercise is more of loose brushstrokes.
That's titanium buff that you're using, Layla, you said?
Yeah, by titanium buff, and I just added a bit of burnt umber to it.
Okay.
So I'm just going to put
these colors are not really opaque then.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Transparent.
Okay.
Otherwise, opaque will.
Yeah, we cover everything up.
Right. Now, what I'm going to do is just try to remove some of the paint here, in here, because that's what I see in there. It's cute little.
That's for the lights, huh?
Yeah, cute little
How cool is that?
Yeah.
cute little detail.
Yeah. Is this easier in oil to do that?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Easy doing this actually with pencil, crayons, and all of these wonderful tools that we have.
Yeah.
It's easier. All right, I'm going to stop recording. So for the headboard color, I know I said phthalo blue and yellow and white, right? Because it's a teal color. I was trying to get a teal color. Because I know not everybody has the has teal.
Teal? No.
Yeah.
If we have teal, do we use it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You might need to put raw umber in it. A bit of raw umber to tone it down.
Otherwise, we'll do phthalo blue and yellow.
Phthalo blue and yellow. And remember when we did the waves?
Yeah.
It's similar to the waves color, but darker. So I'm just mixing right now. Phthalo blue and
Cadmium light or the medium?
which
Yellow.
Yellow. If you have medium, use medium. If you don't, light is fine. Yeah. And then I'm putting a bit of raw umber in it. Now it's looking really kind of too strong right now, but once we put white. Just a touch of yellow, not too much.
The aqua green, is it okay, Leia?
Yeah.
Or it's too strong?
No, it doesn't have to look exactly the same like the picture.
Yeah, opposite, of course.
Yeah, so it should be okay. Looks to me like it needs some cerulean in there with this
cerulean, yeah,
with this blue.
Yeah. This technique, sketching and painting, is only for furniture?
No.
Or you can do?
Yeah, you can do it with anything.
A tree, for example.
Tree?
Tree.
Yeah, you can
sketch and then you add the color and everything.
Yes, absolutely.
Good for fashion.
I have to say, I love this approach.
The sketching and painting?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It opens the door to so many, like the way Fatini said, a tree, or I think now experiment with this technique. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying we should experiment a bit.
Yeah, I like this.
We should experiment a bit.
New, it's something different to incorporate.
Yes.
what you're doing. Yeah, it's cool.
Sketching a bit and then using pencils or pencil crayon. And
Yeah.
we should try to do this with sketchbook.
Very, very interesting approach. I like it.
Because it gives you, you're not just limited to the brush and color.
Yeah, yeah.
It gives you more choices to, you know, opt for, instead of using a brush to do the shadow, you use a pencil or you use the crayon or whatever you like to do that. So now let's say I want to darken this area here where I'm painting, but I don't want to use a brush. So
but how can you cover then the color pencil to stay? You have to spray it, right?
No. Why? It doesn't.
Pencil?
Yeah, it stays. Why?
I don't know.
What do you mean? I don't.
I think it depends what pencil crayon you use, because mine is
permanent.
I also use the. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Okay, but after you.
No, I just was wondering, sorry to interrupt, but I believe that if you're going to start doing this technique, you might want to use a little higher quality pencil maybe, or those very sharp, pointed, you know, sketching pens, you know, if you're going to use paint over it so that you're not smudging the work that you put into your sketch.
Yeah, you would invest.
It's all about trial and error, in my opinion. I think it is trial and error of trying what's going to work the best for you.
Right. So mostly it is about investing a bit more in your material, whatever you're going to use. It's not going to be the same. Yeah, you would try to get something a bit more, like you said, better quality.
I see, I did a little bit with crayon and then I add the paint and the paint doesn't stay. It lifts. That's why I'm asking. So.
Oh, is it because the crayon is waxy?
Maybe. Yeah. Okay.
So here what I did is I put the color on and it's not heavy. It has a bit, it's a bit watery. Color. Yeah, and I'm lifting this color with my brush, a bit of water on my brush, and okay, for this.
I guess it depends also on when you've done it. I did mine on paper, and it sucks it up right away and just dries.
Oh, you're working with paper. Okay, so if you're working with paper, add white to your color where you want to highlight.
Yeah.
And paint that area. Yes, paper is going to absorb.
Yeah.
Did you seal the paper with gesso before?
Of course not.
Oh, okay.
I've never used paper before. I didn't know I had to do that.
Okay.
That's funny.
It's watercolor, right? Watercolor paper.
I think so.
Okay.
That's okay. We're just practicing.
Christine, can't you lift the color?
On watercolor?
Yeah.
I don't know. She's right. The paper does absorb quickly. It's hard to lift it off, but.
Yeah, I try rubbing it. I rub the entire paper off too.
That's happened to me.
Oh, good. I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Okay, so add white to your color to highlight. That's the only way. Unless, Christine, is there another way?
No, that's it. White.
Okay, thanks.
Do those folds, you were doing that, you were adding white, right?
Pardon?
they look like folds. You added white.
No, now
Yeah.
on this, no, I'm lifting the color. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my brush, dipping my brush in water, cleaning it, and then just go over it like that, and that will lift the color.
Yeah, that's just like watercolor does that.
Yeah, because my color is not thick, it's thin.
Got it.
So I'm going to do the same with this part. So mixing a bit of the titanium buff and burnt umber, and I'm just going to darken this area just a tiny bit. It's not as dark in the picture, but it's okay. I'm just going to.
Almost a Tiffany blue.
Nice, yes. I'm almost using the color as if it's really watercolor, very watery right now. I don't know if it's gonna stick, but we'll see. Doesn't look like it's gonna stick to me.
Is yours on canvas, Leo?
Yeah, it's on canvas. I didn't want to use a watercolor paper because I wasn't sure who has watercolor paper and who doesn't. So I'm using just the canvas.
Mm-hmm.
This is raw umber. I'm putting raw umber in here with my blue because I just want to darken this area here. And this area right here. I'm going to lift the color a bit, if I can.
It's not easy.
Now, this is the hard part. It's this pillow here. Where is it? Here. This is a pillow that needs more attention than the others. I'm going to take a medium size. And I'm going to have this ready for corners. So I'm going to mix black and white. But if you have neutral gray, there's a color called neutral gray. That helps. If you don't have it, black and white is good to make a gray. So I'm going to take black and white, make a gray. And I'm just going to put a touch of ultramarine purple in it. Again, the same consistency, kind of like watercolor. Oh, I like this. Let's see. Yep, good. Now corner, I'll start with dark, black. A bit of it, and then mix again my grays with a bit of black. So darken my part of my gray, darken it. So this is, I'm doing this with the brush. This can be done with the pencil crayon later on, if I want. I'll take.
On the top of the paint, you're planning to do the crayon?
Yes, on top of the paint, yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. That's what.
Leah, did you say you added ultramarine blue?
Ultramarine, no, ultramarine purple.
Okay.
Violet. I'll try to work fast so I can still lift this color, some of it.
Your brush is pretty dry when you're lifting it.
Huh?
Your brush is dry when you're lifting it or wet?
Clean, but oh, yay, lifting really too much. I'm trying to dry.
Dry, okay.
Yeah, this is, I'm not going to continue with this because I'm probably use, oh, actually it's not bad. Because what's used on the pillow is In this area here, the shading is done with a pencil. Colored crayon, colored pencil. Now, these those pattern on it, that I think it's done. I'm not sure if it's done with pencil. I have no idea how they did it. I'll try to.
Could be a splatter of whitewash, maybe. White paint.
It looks odd.
Right, this is not working with the brush with me. The shading on this.
Not only you.
So I'm going to try. This is better. Or I can take white and make sure it's wet and just try to blend in the white. Yeah, that's better.
With what? With the
white.
The white?
Mm. Puccini.
Yes.
Are you watching TV?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can hear it. Looking at this and doing this right now, it looks like it has been done with markers.
Oh.
It was done with markers. It doesn't have anything, any information on it when I tried to see. Doesn't
on the
say.
top, on the top of the painting, or just markers?
No, markers.
Just
markers and crayons. A combination of markers and crayons.
Oh. Because it's very difficult to control everything.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to have the same, do it the same.
Yeah.
Hi, Dilak.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? I'm recording, so that's why I'm not.
Yeah.
I didn't say hi.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. I love what I'm seeing. It's
yeah, it's beautiful.
We're using both the kind of technique of sketching with brushes and I should say, crayon, not crayon, color pencil. What is it called?
Color pencil. Yes.
Pencil crayon.
Yeah.
And pencil crayon. Okay.
Yeah, pencil crayon.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's like sketching.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's all recorded, so you can go back and watch it on the weekend if you have time. Okay. Oh my God, that's so fun.
I know it is.
Once we pass the frustration of, trying to get it. It's fun.
Yeah.
So we should, try to start kind of slowly do sketching, kind of paint, painting some with sketching, like on a watercolor paper that we seal with gesso, and just you do that. I mean, Maria and Michelina and Christine, you're already doing that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I used this technique when I was in Ireland.
Ah.
Sketchbook, and I used my micron pens, and I have these markers that if I would do markers, and if I add water to them, it's like a wash.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Were those the Winsor Newton ones? The markers?
No, they're actually Stadler.
Really?
Yeah. They're really cool.
What are they called again?
The Stadler Duo Color markers.
I didn't know you could add water to them. Because I got the Winsor Newton watercolor marker in sepia, I don't know how you say that. But you just add water to it, and then, just like this, the sketch would turn into a painting with water.
Yeah.
Are these markers?
These are markers. And these, so they have dual tips. And I didn't know they were water soluble until I tried it one time. So I used it for my trip because they're easy to carry. I just brought a few.
Can you show us the picture?
And then I have these micron.
All right. So this is raw sienna and raw umber. So I'm doing the dark kind of part shading with raw umber and burnt sienna. No, burnt sienna, raw sienna. So this is a raw sienna, what I'm using right now.
Raw sienna and burnt umber?
And no, raw umber.
Raw umber.
Yeah. So, Astero, you are going to have to replace those brushes, no?
Yeah, I think so. I have a lot that I haven't used. I just get really stuck on using the same ones because I like the size and the handle, and it just feels good in my hand. But then when the bristles are going all over and I can't do a straight line, I started cutting them, trimming them. That doesn't work.
No.
Oh, it goes worse, Esther, if you trim them.
Yeah, for some of them, but you know what? It is what it is. I'll get more. I'm due for a trip to the art store soon, so I'll try to do that. But I really like my wet palette. I don't have to use as much water. I don't have to keep mixing. Oh, I love it. It's great. And I put it in the fridge.
In the fridge?
Yep, I put it in the fridge. I mentioned that I've been watching, I haven't done it for a couple of weeks. I've been watching this woman paint, and she uses the wet palette, And somebody in the group commented that they, you know, because it has a certain smell after a while.
Yes.
And mine hasn't reached that point yet. But I keep it in, apparently if you keep it in the fridge, it helps.
So what's that, Estero? What's this wet palette thing?
It's, I used it before and I can't remember, like it must have been a long time ago. And I looked for it and I couldn't find it. So I went out and bought a new one. I have to go to the fridge and get it out. This is what it looks like.
Oh, those stay wet palettes.
And
where are you?
Like all my paints are wet. Like I have paint in here from last week. And
it's got that sponge in it.
Oh, I used to have one of those things actually. I never used it.
Never use it? Yes. I have one. I don't use it.
Oh,
I find my paints dry so quickly, and like I'm adding water all the time, so you're not really picking up paint. You're picking up like really diluted paint.
Yeah.
Right.
And I like being able to pick up like globs of paint.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the paintings look better if you're actually using paint. And it reminds me of my father-in-law. And actually, Ed does the same thing. He tells me this whenever we paint the walls, like make sure your brush has paint on it. Like, you know, like don't pick up a little bit. Make sure there's globs of paint on it, and then you get better coverage.
To do what? The walls?
Yeah. So like I've heard other people say the same thing. Don't be afraid to use a lot of paint.
Mm.
And I tend to dilute my paint. It's almost like watercolor.
Mm.
And it's and then you put it on, and then when it dries, you can see right through it. Like you can see the canvas underneath.
Wow.
And it's a problem I have. I have to use more paint.
Mm.
That bed looks really comforting.
The bed, yeah. It does.
I like the lights, the chandeliers on either side.
It was a quick sketch with the pencil, with the brush. One of those quick and a fast, loose that we always try to do, and it doesn't work. But now it's working. I have no idea what this is. If anyone knows what is this?
Vase.
Vase.
It's a vase.
Yes.
Kind of an awkward looking vase.
Vase.
What
about this one in front here?
That's part of it.
That I don't know.
The base is
part of the
very
base
wide,
of the vase.
and the neck is short.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the neck is up above. Yeah.
The old-fashioned vase.
I don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna do my thing.
Okay.
Nayan, you mentioned sending me the link to a portrait painting class.
Did I?
Last night.
Did I?
I
Really?
don't recall. I don't think I made it up. If you have it, please send it to me and I'll have a look at it. We kind of need to do something new.
All right. Is it? Yeah, I think I knew. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you as soon as I stop recording.
So many.
This is a dry kind of brush. I don't have too much paint on it right now. It's black, but really trying to keep it dry.
So that's interesting that you're putting black on it. Wouldn't you put like a darker blue?
I'm just following what I'm seeing here in the, yes, it technically, yes, I agree, but the artist used some kind of a crayon to do this.
Oh,
So I'm going to use the same, but for the rest, which is here, see that blue that you see here? That's done with the blue, but these are done with more of a kind of a charcoal black kind of color.
I see.
That's why I'm trying to do the same, but they're turning it, the black is turning actually brown. Okay, so now I'm going to take raw umber. Some of the blue I used before. Bit of raw umber in it. I'm going to add some more blue. So I'm darkening the blue I used for the back. Now I'm going to try to do what the artist did, but I have a feeling it's not going to work.
It doesn't.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh God, no.
Yeah.
All right.
Doesn't.
Okay, maybe we can use a pencil crayon after.
It doesn't either. It lifts on the top.
Trying to do lines
of the